Hey, all you Hex folks. So, long time no see. You know what time it is. It's time to do some Hex Budget Challenge. Before we do, today what we're going to do is we're going to enter a draft. Hopefully, a Swiss draft, even though I would rather do competitive. We're going to do a Swiss just so I can knock that achievement off my list. That would be great. Now that tournaments are back up, it'll be wonderful to be able to finally play them again. I've been yearning to get into some of that action. You might notice my platinum over here is a little higher than it used to be, and that's because I managed to actually sell that zombie plague that I picked up before. So let's go look in the mail, take a look at that. So I sold zombie plague. I posted it for $5.97. They had kind of gone up in price a little bit. I think they were $400 when I won it, or when I drafted it, and so it went up a little bit. And I was even happy just getting $400 or something for it, but getting almost 600 platinum, almost getting $6, or the equivalent of, what would that be? Pretty decent number of packs, like 4 packs or so off the zombie plague is pretty solid. And now I'm almost back up to where I started, but that was where I started, and I still have 5 packs here. I also have some gold, so I might as well roll that. We'll probably roll while we wait for one of these to fill up, and do that other fun stuff. Yeah, why don't we roll these chests, see how we do. You might notice I have a fancy new overlay. Let me know what you guys think. Mokog hooked it up with that. He was pretty rad, coming up with something a little fancier than what I had before. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. Alright, so let's roll. Let's see what we get here. Spend some of that gold on stuff other than cards. Alright, well, it looks like we're off to a good start. We got a paid spin, upgrade to uncommon chest. Although it doesn't really do us much good for the budget challenge. We're going to stash it. We'll just roll the commons for now. We'll use the other gold for maybe buying our playset of commons that we're working on. What is this nonsense? We're getting all kinds of upgrades on the budget account. Alright, we'll take it. Beggars can't be choosers, so we'll stash that. Now we got 3 uncommon chests. Nice, so bad we still got our 5 packs too. Alright, so let's go look at how this drafting looks. I'm gonna cut the video now, and you can jump right into it. Alrighty, for the YouTube folks, there is a time warp, and now the draft has started. Unfortunately, nobody seemed like they wanted to queue for what was it, Swiss? So we're gonna be playing competitive, which I mean I prefer personally, but it is what it is. This is an interesting pack because there's a lot of really strong picks. We are not taking Immortality. That's the rare here. I don't even know what it goes for on the auction house. I would imagine pretty low, probably less than 50 cents worth of platinum. But who knows? Either way, it's not going to be good in the draft. And since we're in competitive, we got to draft something good. The choices here are Mentalist, which is strong, but it's not really something I want to first pick. Wizard of the Silver Tom, which is really strong. That might be the pick. We got Solitary Exile, removals, always good. We have Noble Citizenry, also really strong. And Sapper's Charge is also another good choice here. One thing to look at is that if we take the Noble Citizenry or the Solitary Exile, I would expect somebody next to us to take the other, because it's kind of like the only diamond card, and they're going to go along that plan. I think I'm going to probably take the Wizard here. Peak Might Wheel, Stoneclaw Gargoyle, probably not that excited about, but there's a lot of good cards in here, so whatever wheels is probably going to be solid for us. Alright, so what do we got now? Oh man, I had an insane deck the other day. I actually might not take the Murder of the Boulder Brute. Oh, okay, so I had a really bonkers deck the other day with Air Superiority. I had 2 of them, and we already have a Wizard. Air Superiority is crazy good. Like, it is amazing. It's really strong. It'll make your guys be able to block Boulder Brutes, and picking it early is the way to go. I think I have to go with the Air Superiority here. It's a build around card, but if you get it early, it's really easy to build around. This is rough here though, that we're passing Murder and Boulder Brute. And even more so, it's kind of rough that we're passing Counter Magic, because Counter Magic also very good, especially in this type of deck. There's a lot of good cards in here. The card that was taken was a common. It was probably a Repel, I would think, based on what all's in here and what's missing. Like Repel is a pretty strong pick with this pack where there's not a lot of good diamond. But we're gonna grab the air superiority, try to make that dream happen. All right. So we could say something like, "Oh, we'll take Flock because it'll interact with this and it'll be a 1/2 Flock." But I'm not really all that excited about that. I'd rather get the Buccaneer because the Buccaneer's just strong. Question here is like, are we over committing to this plan? But these are all strong Sapphire picks, so there's no reason to dive into anything else. And if there's this. And this is not a heavy welding bot. This is a misfortune. I don't know. The art got messed up on that card. I'm sure more will get in here soon. But yeah, these have been some strange packs. But obviously Buccaneer here is a pick. It's really good. And really, none of the other cards are good. There's not much up for debate in that one. And so far we're taking... we have passed some good Sapphire. Alright, so now the choice is Boulder Brute or Mystic. And I kind of think the pick is actually probably Boulder Brute. Hoping that we can get a couple more Mystics. The problem is we have kind of passed some good Wild our route, so Pack 2 might not be the best for us. But it's not like Boulder Brutes really get passed all that often anyways. We passed one instead of the air superiority. But the idea here is that we play Feather. And because we only actually have one flyer, and that's the bird. But we play Feather and turn into a 5/5 Boulder Brute. Too strong. So we're going to go with that. And we might not even get the air superiority. Taking either of these two cards, the Griffin or the Mystic, is going to increase our chances of playing the air superiority. But Boulder Brute's just better. Alright, and there's a Phoenix Guard Trainer, which I think is what we're going to grab. The other choices here is Effigy, Diamond Aura, Griffin. But if we take the Griffin, we're either going to play the Griffin or the Boulder Brute, and probably not both. With the current plan, things could always change. We might switch into Diamond. But I don't expect Diamond to be good in Pack 2 at all. And we've seen some good Diamond be passed to us. This is the second Griffin in a row. And the Diamond Door is pretty good too. So maybe that first pack, or the second pick we got, didn't have a Repel in it. Maybe it was something else. Who knows what they took. But we're going to take this because this is going to work pretty well for our plan. Alright, so now what do we got? We got Honeycap, which will probably only be like a 3/3 if we play it on turn 4. We also have Glimmerglen Witch, which might not be bad. Now all the art's getting messed up. Why is it showing... Okay, there it goes. It's fixed. There's a Blood Aura in here, which would be awfully nice if we wanted to go like the 3-color thing. We might not even play Boulder Brute. We could also take Phoenix Guard Scout, which I'm pretty happy with. In the case of Air Superiority, you're getting a 2-cost Mystic. It kind of goes with your early game plan. It's alright. I think the choice is either that or the Glimmerglen Witch. And I think I want to go with the Witch. I do need more flyers. But I feel like what we're going with here, the Witch is going to be a little bit better. I don't really like playing Gigantosaur, but that might be what we take. I'm trying to think in this case, is there anything that we might even possibly play? And I think if we're just looking at the cards that we even have any potential whatsoever to play, it's the Call of Graves, the Atrophy, or the Gigantosaur. I'm trying to think of like what situation I would actually play the Gigantosaur in. I think I'm probably more likely to play one of these two cards, namely the Call of Grave. We're gonna just take this Brute though. I doubt we'll play it. In this case, we take the Shard of Fate or the Nature's Reigns. We take the Ogre too, but I'd rather take one of these two cards. I think if we need the Nature's Reigns, we can probably snag one a little bit later. The Shard of Fate might come in handy. And that's probably not even really a include. This Giganosaur currently isn't really an include for us. Alrighty, so this is 1, 2, 3. I have 8 cards. So this is the pack we opened. Somebody took the Stoneclaw Gargoyle. And what else was in here that we were hoping to wheel? I think there was another... Oh, it was a Mentalist. Which would have been pretty nice with what we got going right now. That would have been really great. But it is what it is. Peak is still pretty strong. Being able to peak for the air superiority, not bad. It's either that or hate drafting one of these two cards, but the peak will probably actually play. Alright, so we can take Shadow Grove Witch. I built, the last time I played Air Superiority, it was a 3-color deck. Although I think it was Diamond instead of Wild, and I had a bunch of these Shadow Grove Witches in there, and they put in work. It's either Shadow Grove Witch or we just hate draft a Gearsmith. Somebody might have opened to a Volcana, and sure, we could take the Gearsmith, but I think we're going to take that because we might actually play it. Alright, in this case, it's either Gearsmith or Feral Ogre. Yeah, we'll take the Feral Ogre. Just try to be aggressive. Well, or keep that option open if we want to go with it. I'm trying to think of those Gearsmiths, so I don't think anybody's opened the Volcano yet, but they might be keeping the option open. We don't really have a whole lot of removal, so I guess I don't really want this to get played against me. I haven't actually seen anybody ever play that. I've heard of people playing it. The Zentos Chosen I'm talking about. It just so happens that I haven't been in any of those games. I guess I'd take the Zodiac Shaman because it's in my colors, but nobody's going to play it anyway, so that one doesn't really matter. And we are gifted with a Baby Yeti. Alright, so let's see what we got in this pack. Verdant Wildboar, or Crazed Squirrel Titan, and there's another murder. I'd probably go with the Squirrel Titan. The Wildboar just shows up, does a bunch of damage, and then maybe comes back later. It is pretty nice with Peak, and it is, for the budget challenge, the question is, like, what do we think we can get off the Wildboar as far as price goes? I wish I had the stuff open right next to me. I'd go look it up real quick, but I think I doubt I can look it up in time. Let me see if I can. We're going to highlight the Crazed Squirrel Titan, though, because I'm pretty confident that that's the one. Yeah, I don't see it. Snakes in chat saying 60 plat lowest. Yeah, so I'm not going to grab that for plat. If it was 100 plat, that's kind of my threshold right now that I'm thinking for the budget challenge, where I just grab it and try to sell it. But 60, it kind of sucks. Like, it would be nice to pull it for the deck, because I think it might be decent. But this guy is going to be better more often, I think, is really the thing here. Hey, there's another Boulder Brute. Alright, so we're doing alright. We need more flyers. It sucks that we're passing this Phoenix Guard trainer, because since we have so few flyers, it would be nice to pick up 2 or 3 of these and just chain them into Boulder Brutes that are doing crazy things. We're going to play Feather, though, of course. And really, I think this is... I need to remind myself that this isn't really an air superiority deck, because in that deck you really need like 8 or 9 flyers that have it before playing Feather. But we're still going to play it. It's just not like... This isn't that deck. It's still good. And really, at this point, we're just drafting good cards. We got Buccaneer, 2 Boulder Brutes, and a Crazed Squirrel Titan. Feels pretty good to me. With the way things are going right now, it's pretty unlikely that we're actually going to play that Witch. We still have that Giganosaur just in case. Alright. Oh, man. Well, like, we could take the Briar Legion on the off chance, but we didn't see anyone in pack 1. And we haven't really been passing all that much good wild. We did pass a Boulder Brute in pack 1, pick 2. The unfortunate thing here is there's a Hellhound, which is going to wreck us really hard. So when you pick up like 2 counter magic still, this is going to be really bad for us, that Hellhound. Where it can just come out of nowhere and kill us. And the Sensei would be great for our deck, but the Mistborn Wendigo is another win condition, and it's pretty good for us. Alright, we'll take the air superiority. Having 2 of them is pretty good. Right now it's either air superiority, instigator, Sensei, or peak. So if we're taking this, like, it is a trap because we don't have any flyers. And now I'm just getting in kind of goofy mode. It is pretty late for me, and I was working all day, so I'm pretty tired, so excuse me if this goes down horribly. But if it goes awesome, I take all credit for it. Alright. Go for a Giganosaur number 2. Alright, so I think the pick is Oracle Song. There's not really a whole lot else in here we'd want. We might want the Sorrow if we tried to splash it or bring it in from the sideboard. But the Oracle Song's better for us more often than the Sorrow would be. Alright. Nothing really exciting. Maybe this guy? Everything's showing up funny. That was kind of funny. It was showing the Oracle Song art on the Sensei, and because it's all green in there on a wild card, it looked kind of cool. So I don't really see myself taking anything other than the Sensei here. Let's look at our cost sort, and we'll cut that. We already have a bunch of 3-drops, so I don't think we need the Vine Trap too much, and the Double Threshold is nasty sometimes. We're probably not playing the Feral Ogre, but we'll see. We'll take this guy just in case. But I like what we're doing. I want to see a Wild Aura. That'd be pretty good. And some counter magics. That would be pretty good too. And more Buccaneers and more Boulder Brutes. Right? If we're going to get greedy, we might as well. Alright, so now we're either grabbing Okenge or Howling Brave. I think I like the Okenge a little bit more here. I think the pick could go either way. And there's not really anything in here that we're worried about. Yeah. We'll go with the Okenge to either help us find like a Phoenix Guard trainer or something else. Alrighty. We could take the Terrobot. Or we could take the Elite Battletech. I don't know. I mean, I don't really see us playing either of those cards. We could take the Arcane Shield, but like we already have Spell Shield guys. Like, what are we really planning to Arcane Shield there? I think it's either the Battletech or the Terrobot. The Terrobot's really only if we're like going way late. We'll grab it. We don't really want to play against them too much. I mean, they're pretty good. Anything in here? Take the Call of Grave just in case. So we'll throw these away. I probably might have played that Elite Battletech, so I don't know about that pick there. Oh, why is stuff messing up here? Alright, so this is what it looks like we have right now. Hey, there's a counter magic. Nice. Alright, that's really good for us. So we have 16 cards right now. And we're hoping to probably cut that Feral Ogre. Had I known I was going to get a secondary superiority, I would have taken that Phoenix Guard Scout back there. I can't remember what I took over it, but it would have been pretty nice for us. Picks here. Take the Goblin Cooking Pot, I guess. Or the Shield Trainer. Yeah, we'll just take the Cooking Pot. You don't wanna. And in this case, take the Stone Skin. Although we're not really worried about playing against Stone Skin. The only thing it's going to block is actually currently nothing, because it won't block triggered abilities by troops. So we'll just take the Gearsmith out. Alright, another Giganosaur. Maybe we're going to play a whole bunch of Giganosaurs. Maybe we should have kept that Howling Brave. No, that's not really going to happen. But I'm happy to play against either of those two cards. We can, I joke, but we might actually play this. Alright, so we need 6 more cards. And let's double check the sideboard here while we're doing it. Here's superiority number 3. I might take this and try to make it happen. That's going to be pretty broken with an air superiority. I mean, it would be our only diamond card. This is really funny. Okay, so I mean, if we're being real about this, let me look. Okay, so this thing's got to sell for at least 100 plat. I mean, I would imagine it is. I can't imagine it would sell for anything less than that, because it's a pretty strong card, and it's going to get better in set 2 as well. All right, so if we took that, It's either that or Air Superiority number 3, which is definitely a trap for us. We don't have enough stuff to actually give our guys flight, and this is a janky deck. So really, actually, probably the pick is the Sapper's Charge because we don't have any removal. But I'm gonna be greedy and just grab this, and maybe we'll fit it in there. All right. I'm not gonna continue being greedy and grab the Inner Conflict. I'm gonna grab actual stuff that we actually are gonna play, like Thunderbirds. And honestly, I would probably splash Murder over splashing this, but we need to keep it real. Grab the cards that are a little bit more legit for us. Who knows? All right, there's another Mistborn wedding to go. All right. Anything else? We could take the effigy and give that guy flight. The Wendigo's really good though for us. It's really good with the superiority, especially with 2. So we're probably not playing this despite me talking about it. In which case, I should have taken that Savage Charge, because Savage Charge would have been pretty good for us. But still, I'm sure I'll be able to sell the Spirit Glyph for something. So this will be interesting to see how it plays out here. Alright, what do we got now? Time Ripple? Time Ripple seems pretty good. It's either that or we play Hex Engine and go in with the Giganosaur. Not really excited about that though. Time Ripple's gonna be what we want. Because honestly, we don't even need removal all that much. We just gotta slow them down enough to land something that's bigger than anything that they can play. Also, we get wrecked currently by the Lionel Flynn type decks. And we also only have 4 flyers, I think 5 if you include the Acolyte, which we're probably gonna be playing at this point. Such jank. What's up, Toast? How you doing? So this is for the budget challenge. We're doing a competitive draft right now at this point, and we're gonna see what happens. All right, we got Mesmerize. I think we'll take it. I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the eye or whatever the saying is. There's some good cards in here too. Throat Cutter. It's kind of funny how, like in Alpha, I really like the Orc deck and with Throat Cutters and stuff. But I think the reason it felt like that deck was so good in Alpha is just the card set wasn't complete for set 1, so you're seeing those Orcs way more often, and you had like the Darkspire Enforcer was incredibly strong just because the way the kind of draft meta worked. Alright, I still can't believe that we could have had 3 air superiorities, but we just don't have enough flyers. Alright, so we took the Mesmerize there. In this case, we're going to grab the Nature's Reigns. Yeah, somebody actually probably does have a chance to build a pretty good kind of construction plans deck with all the Gearsmiths that are going around. The Nature's Reigns is going to be pretty good for us if we need it. And we can take Stargazer. It's either Stargazer, Acolyte, or Peak. I don't know. I think I like the Stargazer here. Throw some stuff away maybe. It's gonna be a bad top deck late game, whereas actually like Peak or Acolyte are gonna be pretty good late game. And maybe because of that, we're gonna take the Peak, because we can always just Peak for 1 or 2. I think I'm fine with Peak. I've been playing Peak a lot lately. It works out pretty well for me. I don't know. Or do we just want to take that Windborne Acolyte? Alright, we're gonna go for that Hyper Jank. Take the Acolyte. Shrewd Manipulation! One of my favorite cards. Alright. So are we splashing anything? Alright. There's nothing in here we want. We might take this and like play 2 diamond shards or something stupid. We'll see. At least we'll keep that option open. I think at this point we're just taking best cards so other people don't have them, in which case Shield Trainer is probably the card in here that's most viable. It doesn't really make them more aggressive against us, but I'm not really too worried about any of these cards. I mean, the Sorcerer even isn't that big a deal. Yeah. I guess we could take the Arcane Shield and maybe side it in. Take the Infusion Device. Yeah, because we do currently only have 22 cards. Although if we played Spearcliff, yeah, with all the hype I give Shrewd Manipulation, if I'm not drafting it, I'm just lying, right? Might not play that. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be pretty close on the playables. And I'm in a goofy mood. Like, this isn't probably the best way for me to be drafting or recording videos when I'm really tired. But hey, you know, it is what it is. 4 burns, 5 pyromancers, and 4 gem craze berserkers. Yep. What more can you ask for? Alright, we'll just take the Gearsmith in case that is deck. I have a feeling that nobody went artifacts just because they were going around so late, but who knows. We did take the Terrabot out, yeah. Well, I probably actually should have grabbed that Headless Executioner, because Executioner is actually better than most people give it credit for. What do people think of this new overlay? They think it looks good? Is there anything I need to alter on it, perhaps? I think it's pretty sweet. Alrighty, so what are we looking at? Let's build this together. Alright. So our first pick of the draft was Wizard of the Silver Talon. I don't know. We're playing Feather for sure. Those air superiorities are such traps, but I'm in the mood to just do silly things and hope that I can luck out. Yeah, because really, I mean, how many troops is it going to give it? This is really, the name of the game is keep Phoenix Guard Scout alive, or Phoenix Guard Trainer alive. It would be nice to have a second one, wouldn't it? Alright, so that's 20 cards. Then we're just looking at like what else we want to include. Let me think. Glimmerglen Witch. That's 20 cards, you were saying? And that's including, or 21 including the Windborn Acolyte Hyperjank. Okay, so now at this point, we'll just do a cost sort real quick. I think they were already in order though. So we need 2 more cards. Okay. So we could do like Spearcliff, Infusion Device, 2 Shards of Fate. I guess the question there then is, do we want to play Feral Ogre or not? And I don't think we actually do. I think the upside actually on playing this is higher than playing Feral Ogre is. And the reason I say that is we actually don't have any double threshold wild stuff except for the Spell Shield gem, which I'm not too worried about. And the art, I'm sure though we'll fix this weird art thing going on sooner or later. But there's our Spell Shield gem. And then, I mean, alright, let me do this and I'll talk for a second. Okay, so our other option is that we just put the flight gem into the Boulder Brutes and say screw it, because we have so few flyers, but I'm not quite ready to sacrifice the awesomeness of Spell Shielded Brutes. When I do say that though, we don't have a single Wild Aura, so what good is Spell Shielded Brutes? Our budget challenge, let me post the link real quick while we're waiting for this to count down anyhow, because I'm sure other people are going to take a while to build their decks, but ours is pretty much already built. Yeah, because that's 23 cards right there. So I will link the budget challenge thread. You can go check it out there. We haven't posted a whole lot on it in the last couple weeks. Mokog and I are doing it together, like me and Mokog, General Tent buddies. For anybody not aware of General's Tent, we do that every Wednesday. Mokog and I as our webcast on his Twitch channel. But here's the forum thread for the budget challenge in Twitch chat, and if you just go check it out, and then for anybody wondering about the budget challenge who's watching on YouTube, it'll just be in the description, so you can just click it there. But that has all the rules and stuff that we're holding ourselves to, but basically it's just starting an account with $10 and seeing how far we can get. There's some more fun to it, but yeah, it seems greedy, but yeah, it's really greedy. There's no doubt about it. I'm in a greedy mood though. We're playing 5 diamond sources. It's our only diamond card. It is double diamond. But but like I said, I'm just in a greedy mood. Because, and the other part is like, what else are we going to play? I know I'm just giving my self excuses to play poorly. Alright. Well, we'll look at the deck in all seriousness. Look at what else we might play. Alright, so right now we're doing 8-5, which is really closer to 11-7, or 11-10. No, I can do math. 11-8 on those. So it's 11, 8, and 5 on thresholds if you include the Shards of Fate and Infusion Device. We are running 2 Shards of Fate though, so we might not have our flight buff until later. Toast is saying play Cooking Pot. Cooking Pot doesn't do anything for me though. They just throw away a resource, and I lost tempo and lost a card from my own hand. Cooking Pot is always gonna, if I'm playing it, my opponent's in a favorable position there. Playing like main deck Nature's Reigns could be fine. Playing Mutate could be fine. Actually, I mean, really, I think the choice here is you're playing Cloud Knight, Feral Ogre, Mutate, or Terrabot, or like the Giganosaur. The Terrabot and the Giganosaur, between the two of them, this guy's potentially a what? 5-7. This guy's a 7-7. Like, either way, I'm not too excited. I think I'd play the Giganosaur before I played the Terrabot, just because it works out better if you give that guy flight. He's kind of bonkers, and this guy, if I wanted him to be big, like I'm doing in that comparison, it also requires I had the 2 air superiorities out. Alright, so rewinding. I think the choices then we were saying are Feral Ogre, Mutate, or Giganosaur. Mutate is really just a cantrip. The ability almost never matters. So you're just trying to draw into your other stuff faster. And I think we have plenty of card draw. At least to the extent that we want it. Would have been nice to have one of those senseis. I don't think we grabbed one, did we? Alright, so I can't even remember when we took over the Cloud Knight. We could have taken like a sensei or an air superiority. But yeah. I think I'm in the mood to just be greedy and live the dream. Yeah. Alright, let's get the sleeves in here. Oh, I don't have sleeves on this account yet. Fail. Such epic fail. Alright. So we got gems in both of them. Yeah. And we got gems in both of them. Yeah, we'll see. So far I'm doing pretty well. I mean, so far I have more value than I've put in, because I'm at 891 plat. I still have 2 packs unopened, and I might, if I win round 1, I'm gonna be pretty happy. Alright, so talking more about the budget challenge, I'm going back on onto Mutate. Where have you been, Sacrificial Toast? I was just saying, click on the link and you'll see this is for budget challenge. So this deck, or this account, is just for the budget challenge. We only made it for that. It's for no other purpose. This is not the main account. This account is FunktionFails rather than just Function. So if you happen to see me playing on FunktionFails, that's what I'm up to. But yeah. Alright, so if I only have 2 packs right now, I think playing the Mutate's better. Yeah, because I want to be able to play my stuff. Alright, I'm not going to be greedy. We're going to go in on this. In that case, we don't need to play the Shards of Fate either, because they're just not a whole lot of great stuff going on there. Alright, so what are we looking at? That's 10-7. I think we can go 9-8. So that's 17 shards. We don't really need the infusion device in that case. So we might as well just cut that out, I think. We're going to do this. We're going to play 1 Shard of Fate, cut that out, and play the Feral Ogre. Really what we're talking about is, would we rather play a Feral Ogre that has Flight, Steadfast, and Life Drain? Or would we rather play a Feral Ogre that's, well, yeah. Or would we rather play the one that we can play more consistently? Like, they have the same power and everything. Oh, that feels so bad. I can't make up my mind here. This is a draft that we're doing right now. No, it's all good. I didn't mean to put you on blast there. I was just joking around. All right. Yeah, so Cheetos is asking if this is a sealed event. No, this is a draft right now. Alright, so we should save it. And I'm still going back and forth. I don't like playing Mutate, and I don't like playing Feral Ogre. Neither of them fit into this deck plan. Alright, we're gonna go back again. If we live the dream is so real that if we live it, I'm gonna be very happy. Alright. So that's... Yeah, we wanted to go like this, though. Alright, so I'm waffling back and forth, which is never a good thing. You don't really want to be doing that, but screw it. Alright. It's time to do this for real. And Garuda got a bye. Alright. So we gotta make those peaks happen. Oh, you know what? I can, but not with the overlay I have right now. I can talk about the cards though. If there's whichever ones you want me to talk about, just say so in chat, Cheetos. And next time I stream, I'll make it a little bit better for you. It probably does need to be a little bit bigger. We don't need this stuff up near the top, probably. My banner doesn't need to be so big. It was just kind of fun, actually. And I do have another overlay. Let me see what it looks like real quick. That one, how much bigger is that? Yeah, we can go over this overlay. We'll switch there for you. Alright, so let's enlarge. It's still going to be hard to read the cards. So I don't know how much bigger this is. It's about the same size. I'm going to go back to the fancy one. At least it'll look better on YouTube, but I'll talk about the cards as I go, as I always do anyhow. Alright, so we're playing against Lionel Flynn, which is bad for us. We're going to play first. Alright, so this is a good hand so far. Yeah, it's not amazing, but Mesmerize is kind of decent against this deck because they got to swing anyhow, so we're going to keep it. Alright, and he's mulliganing, which is good for us. Really, against Lionel Flynn, like if it's built correctly, against that deck, the thing you need the most is removal, and we have very few pieces of removal. Mesmerize here, this target troop gets permanent. This troop can't ready during its controller's ready step. I would call it like tier 2 removal at best, because it, in order to use it, you have to get punched in the face first. Most of the time. I mean, there's other ways to tap to exhaust their stuff, but if using removal means that you have to get punched in the face, it's generally not a good thing. So this means if he's playing Diamond rather than Blood, that means he's got... okay, so now the choice is I play Air Superiority this turn, or I play Infusion Device and get a Wild. I'm going to hold on to the Infusion Device in case I need the Diamond, in case I do draw out the thingy-mabobber. And we'll just drop this up for now. So we got Infusion Vice, that'll fix my shards. We got Boulder Brute that has Spell Shield right now, so it can't be targeted by spells. I zoomed in on that pretty quick, I realized, but it's just a 5 cost guy that's big, and it's a really big threat. It's one of the better commons in the set. I just don't want to slow myself down too much, at least. Then we got this Wendigo, which is a late game card. And you can kind of shrink its defense to increase its attack. Alright, that's actually, you know, not a lot bad. We got our 2/2 out. We could play the Infusion Device. When you have 4 shards, you can sacrifice it to draw a card. But I'm going to hold off because I don't need to quite yet. I'm hedging my bets in this case because I just want to see what colors I need. Howling Ambush. This is not a particularly good
piece of removal. This one's also tier 2, I would say, because it's pretty hard to leverage it. He's got to reveal a troop now from his hand. Alright, so he hit me with a quick strider, sure. So, that could have been, you know, that would have been nice to have the Windborne Acolyte out there, because it would have been able to block this charge bot now that it was a 2-2, since it had air superiority out, which gives all my flyers a buff. So this is an example of, like, air superiority is a build around card. In order for it to work well, you have to have a lot of troops in your deck with flight, and I don't have a lot of troops in my deck with flight. I have very few of them. So, as far as drafting tips 101, I didn't maximize my potential there. Alright, so there's our wild shard. In this case, we haven't seen the shoot, what's it called? The diamond guy yet, and we want spell shield on our boulder brute, so we're gonna go ahead and grab the extra threshold we need for the spell shield. Activate what we have, and then this also lets us continue to hedge our bets in a way that if we don't draw the 5th shard, we can still do something with our resources. Alright, so now he's activating his Lionel Flynn ability. He's actually activating on turn 4 here, because he used the charge bot. He got an extra charge. And Lionel Flynn buffs the Quick Strider with +3/+0, and we're going to mesmerize it now because, you know, we took our chance to get punched in the face, and now we might as well use the mesmerize so we don't continue to do so. Because we can't actually deal, or we have no way of dealing with the Quick Strider now. If we play the Mistborn Wendigo, it can block the Quick Strider, but all it would take from him is some kind of combat trick, or even worse yet, like a Buccaneer, Time Ripple, or a Inner Conflict would absolutely wreck us. We drew the Sensei that kind of popped up strange. And Sensei's not bad for us. We can play it out. We can even give it flight if we really need to. But we're going to mesmerize the Quick Strider while we can, because that's no bueno. Alright, so our opponent's at 5 shards now. He plays a Shrine of Prosperity, so this one's got a lot of text. At the start of your turn, it reveals the top card of his deck. He gets if it's a troop, it gets +1/+1. If it's a resource, gains some extra charges. If it's a non-troop, it'll reduce the cost of whatever the action is. But at least we kind of stopped hemorrhaging there. We were losing a lot of life. He's only got 2 cards in hand, so I'm not too concerned. Shrine of Prosperity, it's going to make whatever troops he draws a lot scarier. And my guess is here he has a Hellhound in his deck that we passed at one point. Alright, so now we have Thunderbird. We need to play Thunderbird or Sensei, but Thunderbird's going to end the game a lot faster. Thunderbird is pretty real. It also is going to get killed by a burn if he has one, which isn't great for us, or a Sapphire's Charge. So we will see here. Alright, so he's at 6. He can play his Hellhound now. Nope, there's a Sapphire's Charge to kill our Thunderbird, sure. So, at least we're getting cards out of his hand. Oh, but he's got the Hellhound anyways. Okay, that's even worse. That's really bad for us. But he gave it Swift Strike, huh? Oh, well, I guess that makes sense. So we have no way of killing the Hellhound. That's not good for us. We can... Swift Strike's not bad on it, but he could have also given it a gem that makes it very, very hard to block. And that would have been better, because it means that I would have been taking less damage. Alright, so we got this. What's the play? Is it play? Either way, whatever we drop is probably going to have to die so that we can block the Hellhound, because he can squeeze through 10 damage, 11 damage. Yeah, that's not good for us. Alright, well, I'm going to swing with the Thunderbird either way, because I think that's how I get more damage through. This is going to be able to do 2, 4, 6 damage a turn. Thunderbird 2, 4, 6. Yeah, that'll do 6 damage a turn. This will do 5 damage a turn. So I think we play the Wendigo here, regardless of whatever else we do. Alright, so the Wendigo comes out. He's in top deck mode. I have a second to think here at least. I'm not in a huge rush. Sacrificial Toast is here saying that the Lionel deck generally has trouble with robots, so Swift Strike is maybe a consolation of that, especially game one, because in the sideboard now he can turn over to the Ruby. The problem here is that the Hellhound, yeah, we'll attack with the Thunderbird because it's going to die a Savage Charge anyways. We're not using that guy as a blocker. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but we might as well get in for some damage. Alright, so he gets an Infusion Device, which really isn't good for him. Unless, well, yeah, he has no cards in hand, so that's not very ideal. Okay. So, the problem here is that this is threatening 10 damage on me. So he has 11 there, or with the Saber Charge, I have to throw away the Wendigo. But at least he has to burn resources on it. He can't, he can still activate his Infusion Device to draw a card if he wants. But yeah, this is a bummer that we lose the Wendigo. But he still has 4 shards. He's got an Infusion Device in his hand. I'm at 10 life now. I knew when we passed that Hellhound that we were going to have trouble with it. I think I picked up something like a Boulder Brute over it. Actually, I'm almost certain I did. And Hellhound, very, very good. I mean, alright, so there's a Thunderbird. He is dead now. Okay. Glimmerglen Witch, huh? That'll gain me life, but it won't really help me. I'm just thinking of how this could work out here. If I like drew a card off of Infusion Device and it was a resource, then I could do that and Glimmer. No, I couldn't. I don't have quite enough. Yeah, I think I'm dead either way. There's no way I come back from this. We can at least see a couple of the cards in his deck, see what else he has in store for us. But we'll play the Witch. That'll gain us more life than the Wounded Petal will. And we'll pass turn. Like, the only situation here is we need to top deck like a Buccaneer, I think. In which case, if thinking about that, the Glimmerglen Witch was probably a misplay. I should have played the Sensei, because there's a small situation where like you top deck the Buccaneer and play the Glimmerglen Witch the same turn if I got something in here in between. So yeah. But at least he can't kill me with the Hellhound in one fell swoop. I could have even just not blocked there. That would have been fine. Because then I could have started getting for damage, I suppose. Alright, so there's the Sapphire. We're at 6 now. Yeah. We should have played the Sensei before we played the Witch. Alright, so he's drawn a card with Infusion Device. And we get at least gain 1 more life. Yeah, this wasn't a particularly well played game for me, but his deck's better than mine as well. Mine is definitely got the jank going for it. And we're gonna definitely take out the the thing at this point. We're also gonna let him hit me because it's a 3/5. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna let him hit me with it. He's gonna probably pump it twice, I would think, and then play the Griffin. Yeah. We also passed like plenty of murders and near conflicts and stuff. Our drafting was not necessarily the best here. That was actually a pretty decent draw for us though. Alright, so we got the Boulder Brute. We're going to give him flight. And we got the Windborne Acolyte, which is another blocker for us. Alright. So if I were him here, he's got Lionel Flynn. He could put on the Hellhound, but it's better to put on the Griffin, because that way the Griffin trades with my Boulder Brute. Yeah. So that's smart on his part. Because then I have to block it. Yeah, so block there, and we'll block here. All right. In which case he should have swung with these two guys too. Alright, so that's a thing. We're at least able to last a little while here. Might as well keep going, but it's not looking too hot. What's up, Duckling? How you doing here? So we were doing a budget challenge draft, and probably my guess is we threw away 3 packs. We'll switch out of the Cloud Knight, at least in the sideboard. Oh. Alright, well, I was looking at chat when whatever the card was popped up, so I don't know if he has a Crushing Blow. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, oh, Rubior, that was a card, duh. I knew that. Alright, well, he's got me. That was just me being tired. Alright, so we're gonna get rid of this jank dream plan. Although gaining life there is pretty good, maybe we'll keep the dream plan anyways. What are we playing instead? There's not really a whole lot. Nothing we have can deal with that Hellhound, except for Shadow Grove Witch is the only card that even remotely deals with it. Yeah. Maybe we just keep this because gaining life would be great. And that's about our only way to stay in the game if we keep chump blocking and gaining life. Is there anything else we want to take out for something though? Yeah, we just stay greedy and we just got to get lucky, I think is the plan. Yeah, the Hyperjank, not so great. Lost in your finals, huh? That's rough. At least you got that far. That's not bad. I think that is probably farther than we're about to get. Alright, let's see what we got here. We'll go ahead and play first. Alright, so this is not bad. We'll keep it. Alright, so he's molded to 6 again. Okay. We got Snake hosting. Thank you, Snake. Alright, let's see what's happening here. How does hosting even work? I need to look into that, how that actually works. Not that I have like constant viewers on my channel that hosting is a thing, but I need to look into that. I'm sure Neo can tell me what I gotta do. Neo being the professional that he is. Alright, so there's our Sapper's Charge. And, you know, I was talking about Sapper's Charge kind of wrecking my Cloud Knight, but the Cloud Knight's gonna have 3 defense. 3 health or whatever it's called. I think it's defense. Okay. So here we gotta establish my board state early. Okay, well that's not great, but it's not bad either. I mean, at least it's another thing. We're playing that shows the quality. Yeah, I know how hosting works, that it shows like my stream on his and the viewers are shared and whatever. My question is like how you actually do it. Like if I wanted to host for somebody else, though currently there's not a whole lot of value in that, but there could be, you know, at some point. Okay. So this guy has Swift Strike. Evil Bunnies really likes that Swift Strike rather than the other stuff. We got Time Ripple. Time Ripple's pretty good for us. It's really good for us, actually. So the next thing is we could give the Glimmerglen Witch Flight so that we can start swinging for 2 damage. But since we're already at 4 shards, I think that seems pretty loose. That is not what we're going to do. So I like having this Time Ripple. One thing we could do if we really felt like it is we could double block the Berserker. The problem there is that he can Sapphire Charge the Acolyte and still everything dies, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to take the 3. And it is what it is. Hopefully we can like waste the idea here is that we're going to waste the Lionel Flynn ability with Time Ripple, and then we're going to mesmerize his Hellhound when he plays it, because we kind of have absolutely no way of beating that Hellhound. It's just so ugly for us. Alright, so he could have Lionel'd this turn if he actually wanted, but he didn't want to. Alright, now we're at 5, so we could play our Boulder Brute or Wendigo. The problem is if we play the Wendigo, he'll do the ability onto the Berserker, and it'll be able to swing through because it'll be a 6/1 Swift Strike. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to swing with both these, and he's probably going to swing back on us without activating, I figure. But you know, we're losing time here. This is not good for us. But we're also drawing live, so we'll see what happens. At least this way, since he's not going to get chump blocked, we're at least slightly encouraging him to do what he's going to do, but I don't think that's going to happen. Alright, so he's thinking now. He's waiting for the stream to catch up. Yeah, so he's thinking, seeing what's going on here. But what's up with all you guys out there in the Hex world? I was on a roll with my drafts. I'd won 3 in a row up until tonight when I got home from work. Yeah, maybe that's the moral of the story is Function should not play Hex when he's very tired after working for 10 hours, so is what it is. Like what's he got? He's got 3 cards in hand, 3 shards open. He could Sapper Charge me. He might have like a Repel. Oh, there he is. He's back. Maybe he was using the bathroom too. Who knows? Alright, so we're pass turn. Yeah, those round one losses never feel too great. Alright. Huh. So he's putting it onto the charge bot? Oh, okay. So I could bounce it like to make him waste, but that doesn't really seem worthwhile when I can kill the charge bot pretty easily, right? I think I end a turn bounce the Berserker. Or I could even bounce pre-damage. That just seemed weird. I mean, I kind of get it. He's threatening a decent amount of damage. So that's 7 damage on the table. If I bounce like the Berserker and then stick the Wendigo, that seems decent for me, right? But I think I don't think I want to do that though. I think I want to take the 7, and that way I can leave Time Ripple open, potentially based on what I draw, and just block the charge bot with one of these two guys. He might have like Ruby Aura, which is kind of what I expect, and I want to save Time Ripple for the Ruby Aura. So as much as I don't want to take 7 right now, I think taking 7 is better. Like, because then Time Ripple's only preventing 3 damage, and with doing that, he's got to have Ruby Aura in his hand, or like a Crushing Blow, and I have to kind of eat a card. Alright, that's pretty real though. Onto the Wendigo, or the Acolyte. No, that's fine. Alright, so he kills my one guy that was going to block the charge bot, sure. And I'm not going to bounce the Acolyte. We need counter magic. Then I would feel a lot better. Alright, so there's that. We'll go ahead and stick a Diamond Shard. And so it's got Swift Strike. So I'm just thinking here. Because if he's got Ruby Aura, we're in trouble. But if he doesn't, he's only got 2 cards. No, we gotta just stick this, because if we wait too much longer, what else are we gonna do, you know? Okay. So yeah, we just wait. This is bad for me, but if the thing is if I didn't go in there, if he has Ruby Aura, I'm in trouble anyways, and if he doesn't, then doing this now is pretty much all I had as an option. Alright, so I'm taking 7 again. I could prevent 4 and still mesmerize it if I wanted. Seems like a decent trade. Yeah, we'll prevent 4 damage and still mesmerize. Yeah, so there's the Ruby Aura. He's got 6 shards now with 1 card in hand, which isn't really what I want to see. But I still got 10 life, so we're in good shape in that regards. Alright, so there's Oakhenge. We're going to go ahead and mesmerize. Well, we'll Oakhenge first. Who knows what we'll find. Oh, found some good stuff. That's what I'm talking about right there. And he's tapped out, I think, right? Is he? Well, either way, we're grabbing the Crazy Scroll Titan because that's where it's at. Alright, so we can't Scroll Titan though this turn, but that's fine. So we're going to mesmerize the charge bot. Yeah, that was a good draw. I'm glad that we did it like that. And then we could attack for 5. No, because we need to save Ripple, so attacking for 1 damage isn't really worth it. Yeah, because I mean we could pump this up to be a 5/1 with its ability and everything. Not really worried about that either. Okay, so he's exhausting now. Does that mean I Ripple the Berserker? Because the Berserker and the Sapper's Charge can kill the Titan when I do that. He's just doing that for damage sake. The Boulder Brute can block the Berserker though. If the Boulder Brute can block the Berserker, I think I'll... Yeah, so we're gonna bounce the Berserker right now. Get the tempo play out of the way. And we'll take the 2 damage. Okay, so we can do Brute plus Acolyte. That seems pretty fair. Having a spell shield guy in this case seems good for us. So we'll just give it flight now. There's not really any reason to give it flight right now, but you know we'll make the misplays what we can. The one bummer is we can't pump the Wendigo, so maybe playing the Acolyte was probably bad. Yeah, I'm tired. I should have swung in for 3 damage, but we're gonna get in the 1 damage while we can. Yeah, I'm all over the place here. Not really. I'm like, I'm like thinking 30 seconds behind what I should be doing. I mean, I'm not like right on point right now, but this is an ace up our sleeve because it can kill Hellhound or it can kill the Berserker. Alright, so there's our Berserker. So what we want now is like a counter magic. That's our one like really strong draw. Alright, but that's not bad either. We can do that for a diamond shard. And now we're drawing live, like seeing a peak for 3. Yeah, it could have been a 4, could have been a 5, but whatever, we'll take it. Alright, so now we're going to swing in with the Wendigo, I guess. Because Crushing Blow would be bad for me. Swinging with the Berserker too. He's got a lot of damage on there. Yeah, I'll swing with Wendigo. And pop it twice. Oh, why'd I do that? Well, it's gonna get shot down by the Sapper's Charge. That was dumb on my part. Yeah, I'm really not playing well right now. Epic fail. Alright. Yeah, so I was gonna get shot by the Sapper's Charge. I should have just pumped it once. I really don't know what I'm thinking right now. This is a function on tilt, or not really on tilt, just too tired. And the thing is, I'm probably gonna draft again after this, just because I've been going through draft withdrawal like everybody else has, right? Alright, Infusion Device. Yeah, I should have only swung for 3. What am I thinking? Although getting like the Swift Strike, Sapper's Charge stuff out of the way is good. Okay. Let's get back in the game. We can still win this. We just gotta not play like trash like I am. Right now, all I can do, because of that, I could swing for 4 damage a turn previously. Now I can only swing for 1. And I feel like I need to hold this and use Boulder Brute. Because how many Ruby Wars does he play? Just one? Yeah. Yeah, drafting is where it's at. Drafting is definitely the most fun. Alright, so we'll just get him for 1 damage. Boulder Brute will hold down the fort, so we're not taking 5. Because this Runic Monolith, once every other turn, he can exhaust one of my dudes, but Boulder Brute has Spell Shield, so he can't exhaust it. So I might as well attack with the Acolyte every turn anyhow. Alright, so it looks like he's flooding out. He's having trouble. And now I'm about to take a bunch of damage off of the Berserker. So I'm going to take 6 right now. If he has a burn, he wins. So at least he didn't have that Sapper's Charge to kill me with right here, because I can't block with the Boulder Brute, because I'm going to kill it anyways with the Cray Squirrel Titan. But if he has burn, I'm dead. So he doesn't have Crushing Blow. We know that. Yeah, Shrine of Prosperity, huh? Okay. So now we definitely play a Cray Squirrel Titan, because he's like in super top deck mode. Oh, that was a good draw for us. If we want him to draw like a shard or something next turn, then we're kind of back in the game. Alright, so they kill each other. Not really the most ideal situation. And I can only hit him for 1 damage. Alright, but I'm not going to do that because he's going to run it. Runic Monolith. Okay. So there's a charge bot. So he can kill me in a certain number of turns, kind of, now. At some point he's going to build a Monolith. Basically I need to top deck right now, because the Monolith is going to be untapped next time it matters. Alright, well that's a top deck. The part that sucks is then he can force to trade 2 of these for that. But it is what it is. I can't attack here. He has to kill the Cloud Knight though, or else I'm going to come back very quickly. Okay, so that's a good draw for him. But I've got my counter magic, so... Alright, so he does that. No, it wasn't letting me click. My camera got messed up there too. Hopefully I can fix that. Alright, so we counter magic this. So the attack here is he wants to attack with both. But he didn't. Yeah, if he attacked with both and used his Runic Monolith to exhaust my Windborn Acolyte, I would have lost my guy. And this is going to gain me life back every turn, which is pretty good. There's no reason for me to play out the shard here. So exhaust it now. And that means I can't do anything this turn. But he can't on his turn either. So next turn I'm in pretty good shape. He has a chance to top deck here, which is shard. That's exactly what we wanted to see. He's going to get 2 things off of it, and now I'm going to be able to swing and gain 3 life. Alright, drawing a troop is really good. I should have held that shard though. Oh, I didn't mean to click it, I meant to click the troop. Actually, that was kind of the new weird hand stuff going on. Had I not drawn the trainer, I would have attacked with the Acolyte too, probably. But we're just going to attack with the trainer. or with the Cloud Knight. So I'm up to 5. That's really good, and I might be back in the game after throwing it away. So we got work to do. Oh, say it ain't so. That's bad. So he's gonna kill my Cloud Knight. It was fun while it lasted. And I'm glad that I didn't also swing with my Boulder Brute, because he actually would have had a kill there by doing some other shenanigans. So now I can't attack with anything, or else I'm very much in trouble. I don't think, right? Because he can exhaust one of my guys. Yeah. Well, he's going to do it anyway, so now I definitely can't attack. Yeah, because then otherwise he could swing for 4 damage through. Alright, well that's also bad. Because that's going to be a 4-4 now. So it doesn't look like I'm coming back from this one. That Cloud Knight would have been so good though, had it lived any longer. Alright. But he's not attacking. Like at any time he could have forced through damage, and with me being so slow, or so low, that seemed like it would have been a pretty viable way to go. And instead I drew another Boulder Brute, so that's good. We just need an air superiority, and we'd be doing okay. But that was a really good draw actually. So I keep saying there's no coming back, but I keep drawing stuff. Blinding Light. Oh, get wrecked, Function. Get wrecked. That was ridiculous. Yeah, so now I'm dead. So the problem here is that I have to block the sorcerer, because if I don't, I take 5 damage, because I can only block 2 guys. So I have to block like this. I have no choice, which means I lose one of my Boulder Brutes. So much wrecked. Alright. Let's see how we do here. Alright, another shard.